Hi, this is Neil from Beechwood Tree Care. I just wanted to show you a little job that Tom and Alex have carried out in the last couple of days, and we're kind of halfway through. So we're in a field and there's this boundary between the two fields, and there's a ditch runs along in there fed by a spring, so there's quite a lot of water in there. Out on the road here there was a dead oak, and that was just, there is a road behind that and a hedge there, and it was overhanging that, and that was just safely dismantled and put in the field, as you can see here. And then we would go along the ditch line. There were lots of old pollarded willows, and they were starting to fall apart. They were hanging out over the crop. This section wasn't too bad, as you can see. That doesn't really affect it, so this got left, but in other places it was hanging over, and it stopped the combine really getting through and actually doing its job this season. So the farmer decided to call us in and get us to pollard these trees, which is to take them all the way back to the knuckle. So these have been done historically. I estimate these are well over 100 years old. The family's been farming this farm since the 20s, I think, and they bought it in 53, and he said that all of his life they've always been here. So, and I think he confessed to being in his late 70s. So yeah, easily over 100 years old. These are big old pollards, and effectively what we're doing by pollarding them is stopping them falling apart, stopping them hanging over the crop field, and really just keeping them for another 100 years. They'll probably need to be repollarded, and again, in about 20 years you can get away with a willow out in a field like this. You can see this next one up here, and here is the regrowth that was taken off them. So a huge amount of regrowth that we were able to lift off with our big green tree cutting machine. Really efficient and effective way of doing big volume like this. So here again, another big pollard. These are really good for wildlife and for the longevity of the tree. So you get lots of decay forming in the base of them, and you'll get lots of critters and creatures in that decay, and you'll also get some nesting birds. So by repollarding this, will re-sprout back up, and I'll take some photographs, but there's a section at the top that we did 3 years ago, and there's probably already 10 metres worth of regrowth coming off of those. So here again, we'll come through and we'll clear all this with our clearance crew. But again, another big pollard there, and as you go up there's another 2 in that section there, and you can see a big pile of waste that they've taken away there. Be interesting to come back in a couple of years and see how these have responded and show you that. But that's just a little insight into one of the jobs we've been doing for a local landowner.